BeeSparrow, 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 BeeSparrow. Yo, dog, it's BeeSparrow. Like, share, and subscribe. This week's gonna bring it live. Information, world news, current events, the source. Accurate as a fingerprint. A cool sister, a force for the people. Attacking real enemies, strategy that's lethal. There will be no sequels, so get the tickets. A cool place for you to sit back and kick it. Or get evicted. Dialogue to begin to the bottom of it. We can agree to disagree, hate it or love it. Either way, she's sitting and talking like an arrow. Introducing ladies and gentlemen, BeeSparrow. BeeSparrow, 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 BeeSparrow.
Buzzz Tweet Talk Radio do not own copyright for this copyrighted material, but under Section 107 United States Copyright Office, Copyright Act 1976, this video, the music and content it contains is for education and or entertainment purposes only.
All right, I know people have been sitting there. I gotta bring this queen up here. BeeSparrow. BeeSparrow. I was keeping my eye on that sparrow sitting over there with me. Come on in. What's up, BeeSparrow?
Hey now, I can't call it. What's up, y'all? I gotta check. Okay, mic sounding nice. Is my mic sounding nice? Or is my mic sounding nice? Anyway, how y'all doing today? It's your girl, BeeSparrow, Buzzz Tweet Talk Radio. I'm doing fine. I just felt compelled to go live today. I ain't doing nothing else. Just wanted to talk about this reparations issue that's going on around the world and across the nation. Everybody's talking about reparations all of a sudden. Remember now, we've been talking about reparations for years. We've been asking for. Foundation of Black America's been asking for reparations for years, honey. How my mic sound? I'm sounding kind of distant, but I don't care. As long as you can hear me, we're on the same page, you know what I'm saying? But yes. Now I open up my news articles and everybody is asking for reparations. Even the African nations, Caribbean nations, they're all asking for reparations. Oh, bars, y'all hear that? African nations and Caribbean nations, they all asking for reparations. Bars over here, y'all. It's QT bars. Anyway, I want to talk about it a little bit, just a tad bit, because, you know, they've been asking for reparations for years now. It's just coming to my attention. That's why I guess I call myself the No Audience Podcast, because I be getting stuff late. That's all right. That's all right. You know, it's funny how every time I hit the live button, stuff stopped working. I had this article open to read the whole time. I mean, it's been open for months. Now, it wants to act up. My first article, it wants to act up, and I don't know why. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go to the next article. Because it's kind of the same thing. It's talking about a movement that's growing across Africa and the diaspora, demanding reparations for impacts of slavery and colonialism. Now, this article was written in 2023, but I'm just hearing about this because people are still talking about it. A movement is growing across Africa and diaspora, demanding reparations for the impacts of slavery and colonialism. You know what? It never occurred to me that the Africans, I don't want to say deserve, the African countries deserve reparations because their land has been turned upside down, butchered. Not only were people taken, but materials were taken, and it's still being taken from the continent. And so they're asking for reparations. They're asking for, a lot of them are asking for their artifact, how you say it, artifacts? Asking for their artifacts back that was taken. Going, asking these European countries for their things back, the things that they took. Hmm. So the wounds of slavery, colonialism, and their enduring legacies remain unhealed in Africa. Even. Nobody even really thinks about that. We always think about our plight in slavery, but we never really think about the continent of Africa. Now a growing movement is building across the continent and diaspora, demanding reparations and justice for these historical crimes. Do they deserve it? Now that I think about it, I think so. And Ghana is almost certain that they're going to get reparations from the United States of East America. So in September, speaking of Ghana, of 2023, the president addressed the United Nations General Debate 78th session, declaring, "It is time to openly acknowledge that much of Europe and the United States has been built from the vast wealth harvested from the sweat, tears, blood, and horrors of the transatlantic slave trade and the centuries of colonial exploitation. Maybe we should also admit that it cannot be easy to build confident and prosperous societies from nations that for centuries have had their natural resources looted and their people traded as commodities. For centuries, the world has been unwilling and unable to confront the realities of the consequences of the slave trade. Slave trade, the slave trade. Huh. Some people will argue that you, sir, your people, sold your people too. I know that not to be true because what you was really selling were Hebrews, but were Israelites, but we ain't gonna talk about it. Huh. Article says, but he said gradually this is changing and the time has come to bring the topic of reparations to the forefront. These people are asking for reparations. Hmm. Granted, the current generations are not the ones that engaged in the slave trade, but the grant in human enterprise will stay sponsored and deliberate in its benefits, which are clearly interwoven with the present day economic architecture of the nations that designed and executed it. Reparations must be paid for the slave trade. I got to clear my throat. He said reparations must be paid for the slave trade. A month later, this article says, the Advancing Justice, Reparations, and Racial Healing Summit, funded by the MacArthur Foundation's Equitable Recovery Initiative, was convened in Accra. According to a report by Africa Feeds, the president, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. Okay, Akufo Addo, that's the best I can do. He reiterated his call for reparations, citing examples of reparations granted to Native Americans, Japanese American families, and Jewish people who suffered during World War II. And you notice there was nothing about a foundation of Black American in there, or, hey April, you trying to hop on the panel, sis? Nothing about a foundational Black American getting any, descendants of slaves. So let me read that again. It said, Native Americans have received and continue to receive reparations So let me go back. First, he said his call for reparations, citing examples of reparations granted to, these are reparations that are granted to Native Americans, Japanese American families, and Jewish people who suffered during World War II. Nothing for the black American slaves that suffered during World War II, World War I, World War, and all the wars. I'm just saying. Nothing for foundational black Americans who built this country free of charge. No charge, says the song. He said Native Americans have received and continue to receive reparations. Japanese American families who were incarcerated in internment camps in America during World War II, they even received reparations. Jewish people, 6 million of whom perished in the concentration camps of Hitler in Germany. It didn't even happen in the United States. It happened in Germany. They received reparations, including homeland grants and support. Wild. Just wild. Did y'all hear me? Japanese American families receive reparations. Native Americans, who I'm learning nowadays, those people that you see running around here with feathers in their hair, straight hair, light skinned, those are not the original Native Americans. But I ain't want to gossip. I ain't want to gossip. That's just what I heard, right? Huh. Before I continue, I want to check another setting on my mic to see if I can better sounding, because it just seems like I sound distant. So let me see something quick, fast, and in a hurry while I go to my settings and to my audio and check this here. Let me see if this one sounds better. If this one sounds better, does this one sound better? Sound about the same. Okay. Well, let me try another one because I still kind of sound distant. So let me try another setting that might be, this one might need right here. And if I go over here and listen to myself just to see how I sound, this is it. This is the one. This is the one. Now I sound important. All right. Back to the article. Okay, so was I knew that was going to happen. Okay. So, talking about the president of Ghana asking for reparations and stuff. Isn't it weird that Ghana just giving out free citizenship? Didn't Uma just go and become a citizen of Ghana? Interesting. I've been meaning to talk about that, but I got so many stories that I haven't talked about yet, and I'm so behind. But that's what happened when you have other things to do. You know. So Ghana granted citizenship to the people of the African diaspora. Now some Black Americans take its citizenship. Flipping through a family album, Keisha Bowles paused on a photo of her as a baby on her father's lap as he held the 1978 album Africa Stands Alone by the Jamaican reggae band Culture. Now, what does this have to do with the article of Ghana asking for reparations? Because I don't understand why they're asking for reparations and allowing citizenship to the diaspora. Well, you know what? I get it because they're asking the diaspora to come home, come back to Ghana, come on back to Ghana and take your citizenship. I know Dr. Umar Johnson did that, but so they're also asking for reparations. Hmm. Mm. So anyway, a New York Times article highlighted the outcomes of some of these reparations and drew lessons that could be learned from them, right? From them. I'm still kind of stuck on the Jewish people receiving $6 million. I mean, we're receiving reparations. 6 million of the Jewish people perished in the concentration camps. This happened in Germany, so why is America giving reparations to something that happened in Germany? I don't know. I need an expert on the panel. The Pan-African Conference on Reparations was held jointly in Accra, Ghana on November the 14th, 2023 by the African Union and Caribbean Community. That's the AU and the CARICOM. Caribbean CARICOM. The conference members advocated for reparations for injustices committed against Africans during the transatlantic slave trade, apartheid, segregation, colonialism, and neocolonialism. Oh, and neoliberalism. Liberalism. Tongue twisters. Representatives from African nations, civil society groups, and the African diaspora gathered to discuss the constructive solutions leading to the establishment of a global fund to support the campaign and the drafting of a proclamation, as reported by The Guardian. These people are serious about getting their reparations. They're not playing. They're not playing. And I can see why they're asking for reparations. Their continent has been looted by so many people. Just looted. I get it. Y'all want reparations? They want reparations from the U.S. and from the European nations. Saying it is time to openly acknowledge that much of Europe and the United States has been built from the vast wealth harvested from the sweat, tears, blood, and horrors of the transatlantic slave trade and the centuries of colonial exploitation. Maybe We should also admit that it cannot be easy to build confident and prosperous societies from nations that, for centuries, have had for their natural resources, looted their people, traded, looted and traded their people as commodities. Mm, to the For centuries, the world has been unwilling and unable to confront the realities of the consequences of the slave trade. He said, granted, the current generations are not the ones that engaged in the slave trade, but the grant and human enterprise was state sponsored and deliberate in its benefits, which are clearly interwoven with the present day economic architecture of the nations that designed and executed it. He said reparations must be paid for the slave trade. This is the Ghanaian president. He said Native Americans have received and continue to receive reparations. He said Japanese American families who were incarcerated in internment camps in America during World War II, they received reparations. He said Jewish people, 6 million of whom perished in the concentration camps of Hitlerite Germany, received reparations, even though those camps that they perished in was not on American soil. I said the camps that the Jewish people perished in were not even on American soil. But you notice there's nothing in there about Black Americans. Native Americans receive and continue to receive reparations. Japanese American families who were incarcerated in internment camps in America during World War II. Jewish people, 6 million of whom perished in the concentration camps of Hitlerite Germany, receives reparations, including homeland grants and supports. But notice, nothing for Black Americans whose ancestors were hung, raped, brutalized, and just dehumanized all over the place. You don't see that in there nowhere. I wonder why. You don't see that up there nowhere. You see Native Americans, they have received and continue to receive reparations. And from what I'm told, they're not even the original Native Americans. Native Americans, they are the whited out version of Native Americans. But I ain't one to gossip. Honey. I'm just telling you what I heard. Nah. So, we got the Native Americans, we got the Japanese American families who were incarcerated in internment camps in the United States of this America during World War II. And you got the Jewish people, 6 million of whom perished in the concentration camps of Hitlerite Germany, receiving reparations, including homeland grants and supports. But there's nothing in there for Black Americans. Foundation of Black Americans who built this country for free, who got up worked from morning to morning, and have nothing to show, no compensation for it. They were hung, they were raped, beaten, separated from their families, babies taken right out of the mother's arms and sold, never to be seen again. But nothing for that. No. Hey, I wonder why too, April. Everyone but us, and I wonder why. I know why, but people ain't trying to hear people. I kind of know why, and it's because of the Most High Yah. He the one did it to us for our disobedience. But that's another show. That's another live stream. Yay! So yeah, like I said, these people are asking for reparations, and do I think they deserve it? Now that I've read the article, yes. Yes. Because the continent of Africa has been butchered, has been looted. Everything has been stolen. The gold, the diamonds, the stones, the artwork, the paintings. They took it. They took them. They took them. Just like they took the children. But see, I have a bone to pick with Ghana because when you were selling the Hebrew Israelites to the European countries, were you thinking about reparations then? Because like I said, I ain't want to gossip, but I heard you were selling the Hebrew Israelites because they fled persecution from their country into your country. And they looked like you, but you knew they weren't you. They didn't dress like you. They didn't worship like you. But y'all mingled in. Y'all got together. Y'all hooked up. Y'all know y'all did. Y'all hooked up with them Hebrew dark-skinned, beautiful women. And the women hooked up with them fine-looking, strong-looking men. But then you started selling the Hebrews. Huh? When you didn't have no more Hebrews to sell, the Europeans started selling you. And started taking over your land and taking over your priceless jewels and all kinds of yeah. So nothing for the foundation of Black Americans. There is one city though in North Carolina that approved the reparations. I came across this article. I was surprised. Shocked me to shocktivity. North Carolina city approves reparations for Black Americans. Mm-hmm. And guess where it was? Guess where it is? You wouldn't guess. This article was written in 2020, though. I don't know how the reparations are going to be now because this city in North Carolina was demolished by Hurricane Helena. Talking about Asheville, North Carolina. Asheville, North Carolina, supposed to have been a sundown city. Y'all know what a sundown city is. Sundown town, I mean. There we go. Sundown town. Allegedly, Asheville was a sundown town. And people tend to believe that's why Helena hit it so hard. This article was written in 2020. And it speaks of reparations being approved in this historic town, in a historic decision, that is. The Asheville, North Carolina City Council voted unanimously to formally apologize and provide reparations to Black residents. Damn, I moved back to the wrong part of North Carolina. Dang, blam it. In a 7-0 vote, the council officially apologized for slavery, discrimination, and denial of basic liberties to black residents. That is, FBA, Foundation of Black Americans. Although the decision did not mandate direct payments to black residents, it instead allocated city funds to be invested in areas with significant racial disparities. Now, is that necessarily reparations? Is that reparations? Huh? It said the decision did not mandate direct payments to black residents. It instead allocated city funds to be invested in areas with significant racial disparities. Is that what we're talking about here? Is that reparations? Goes on to say, additionally, the city will set up a community reparations commission, which will invite community groups and other local governments to participate. There's always an inclusive clause somewhere when it comes to black Americans. Something else always got to be included. To the mm, mm. Always some type of inclusion somewhere, y'all. We can't have it on our own. We can't have it on our own. Always got to include somebody else. Y'all see that? Or something else. Y'all see it? I know y'all see it. It says, additionally, the city will set up a community reparations commission, which will invite community groups and other local governments to participate. Let me see if my tea cool down. Let me sip my tea, because she need a sip. Oh, it's hot. Got me some hot lemon tea. That's good. Yes, honey. That's delicious. Anyway, the resulting budgetary and programmatic priorities may include, but not be limited to, increasing minority home ownership and access to other affordable housing, increasing minority business ownership and career opportunities, strategies to grow equity and generational wealth, closing the gaps in healthcare, education, employment, and pay, neighborhood safety, and fairness within criminal justice. That's part of the reparations that the city of Asheville in North Carolina are willing to give. They apologized for their action in slavery and all that stuff. It says hundreds of years of black blood spilled that basically fills the cup we drink from today. Ha! Y'all heard what the councilman said. Councilman Keith Young, one of two black members of the council, said as the decision was made. He said, woo, hundreds of years of black blood spilled that basically fills the cup we drink today. God almighty knows. To the Y'all heard him. Councilman Keith Young. He said Hundreds of years of black blood spilled that basically fills the cup we drink today. God almighty no. I can just finish right here. That's that. Mm, mm, mm. Hundreds of years of black blood spilled. Bars. I'm sounding like Kendrick Lamar over here. Hundreds of years of black blood spilled that basically fills the cup we drink from today. Hallelujah. Don't nobody want to talk about that though. This article goes on to say that reparations is a very complex issue and it requires a problem-driven, iterative adaptation model, model, a step-by-step approach, which helps you break down your problems into its roots causes. Sound like he sound like Kamala right here. He sound like Kamala right here. He said reparations is a very complex issue and it requires a problem-driven, iterative adaptation model, a step-by-step approach, which helps you break down your problems into its roots causes, identify entry points, search for possible solutions, take action, reflect upon what you have learned, adapt, and then act again. Young told Newsweek. See, he had me until then. He had me at hundreds of years of black blood spilled. But anyway, he says we are seeking to embed systemic solutions into a systemic problem. This process begins and is perpetual, repeating this process over and over again. There's no completion box to check off. As far as the timeline goes, we will have some steps to report on within 6 months and every 6 months after that. This work does not end and will be adaptive no matter what governing body holds office or who runs the city. So, Asheville getting some type of reparations, at least. But I don't know how that's going to hold up since the Hurricane Helena went through Asheville and tore it up, like inside out. Oh, April, you're here. I didn't know you was backstage.
Hey,
Hey, girl, I didn't even know you was backstage. I'm just a talking.
it ain't no problem, girl. You know I was, of course, reading in my face. Let me turn the TV off. Trump just had a press conference on that
Oh, yeah?
plane call. Yeah. Hold on. Let me turn this TV down.
So at least Asheville offered an apology, and the city of Asheville apologized for slavery, for discrimination and denial of basic liberties to its black residents. At least they did that.
All that stuff is smoke and screen.
Mm,
You know, everybody can apologize to us all they want.
right,
Show me the damn money.
right,
You know, it's smoke and screen. Every year we get another country, we get somebody to keep this reparation shit going.
right,
America is not getting ready to pay us shit. Cause that means we own this damn country along with long over there in London, all our jewels and everything they got over there,
Right.
and at the castle over there, all that's our stuff.
And some of those countries are asking for that stuff back.
And they're not gonna give it back. They're not gonna give it back. And how they got it, I don't know.
Well,
But
looting when they raided the places, you know, they go to people's countries and take everything they have, their riches, their art,
stealing our
pottery,
diamonds and shit.
gold, all kinds of stuff.
Our stolen merchandise that you people have over there on display as museum pieces.
Right.
But girl, that's too much like right. And I'm sick of these people every so many years. Here goes somebody else. You know, they talk a good game. And that's all they've been doing is talking.
Yep. We ready for some action. We ready to see some action.
Yeah. And see, this is why they sent Martin Luther King in. Because Malcolm X would have made sure we got some damn reparations.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you believe these African nations deserve, or I don't know if deserve is the word, but are they warranted to get reparations?
Now,
so they're asking for reparations from.
They deserve. Girl, I was fighting a migraine too. Why? Why did they say they deserve them? B?
So they're asking for reparations from the United States, and they're asking reparations from Europe. And let me see. It says the wounds of slavery, colonialism, and their enduring legacies remain unhealed in Africa. Now a growing movement is building across the continent. It says, you know, because of their
because of slavery,
right?
How, you know, if it wasn't no slavery, things might have been different for us,
right?
Well, it ain't gonna never happen, because all blacks ain't thinking alike. They still got the same crabs in the barrel. And you know, if one person is doing the talking, they gonna have something to say about that person talking. You know, we ain't got our own shit together to even unify to come for these people. Then everybody gonna be worrying about who religion they serve. And that shouldn't matter. We all want reparations that's due to us. Then now they done took the political view so far down. So, you know, more stuff to keep us divided, and they still have control. Because, you know, we sat up here and let these people mind FUCK us. And, you know, what me and you say don't matter. They don't even trust their own brothers and sisters to bring them the information. Even when you do your research and you have the facts, V.
Right.
They don't even trust you or us. Somebody called me on that DEI show I did. And I said, now what you got to say? Well, it just wasn't for them people you was talking about, because, you know, it was designed for the alphabet people. I said, first of all, affirmative action been gone. Barack Barry Obama, he brought that DEI stuff in. to protect his people, his lifestyle.
Right.
So you can say whatever you want to, but I see what's going on out here. And everybody has hijacked our movement. And I just was thinking, like, wow, in the 60s and 70s,
Yes.
when we were more together, I wish that we was doing, they would have been talking about reparations. And then they got our vote for all of these years and never gave us nothing. And then we didn't ask for nothing, B. So, yeah, the whole world owes us.
So,
But then, now, how would you feel? Do you think mulattoes should get? See,
girl, that's always been my question. How would they be dispersed among the black community when we have so many black people have so many different type of people in their families?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So this article says a historic agreement for slavery reparations was signed between the University of Glasgow and the University of the West Indies. And it says the commission's campaign has highlighted the lasting effects of the transatlantic slave trade and the effects this inhumane system continues to have beyond the psychological harm of its descendants, to include economic, cultural, demographic, political, and ecological repercussions. This argument resonates with many Caribbean citizens, evident when King Charles's coronation sparked minimal interest other than what his position would be on reparations and the visit to the region of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Prince William and his wife Catherine proved controversial. Okay. The Cape Coast Castle of Ghana with its poignant Gate of No Return. So y'all know what the Gate of No Return is. That's that port right when they got on the slave ships. That port, once you go through that door, through that port, there's no return. The slave will never return again. It's ironic because Ghana is now asking Black Americans to come back home. That's what they're saying. Come back home. So, the Gate of No Return, the Cape Coast Castle in Ghana, with its poignant, stands as a haunting reminder of the transatlantic slave trade, where millions of Africans, they were really Hebrew, were shipped across the Atlantic and sold into slavery over 400 years ago off the coast of Ghana. And we just talked about how Ghana is having open citizenship for people of the diaspora. They are calling for African Americans to come back home. And they are also asking for reparations. Acknowledging the historic role of both African sellers and Western buyers in the slave trade. I can't pronounce this person's name, but this Kenyan person explained that the politics of Africans selling does come into play. That's what I said earlier in the article. How does the president feel about Africans selling so-called Africans? But we all know they were Hebrew, but anyway. This person says, one could argue that as a moral obligation, buyers had the choice to refuse participation. Girl, please. Why would they do that? However, the reality is that many willingly engaged. while acknowledging responsibility and accountability for the actions of the few Africans who engaged in those transactions, we cannot ignore the historical fact that Africans were forcibly shipped from the continent to become slaves. True. Got a point. She said our resources have been continually extracted from the continent, often in deals where we might be manipulated or blindsided, ultimately benefiting and contributing to the growth of Western economies. True. Hey, together we break chains. How art thou? We're talking about reparations over here. Everybody's asking for reparations. The Africans, the Caribbean, however you want to pronounce it. They're asking for reparations. And the question is, do African nations or Caribbean nations deserve reparations? I don't know if deserve is the word. But in this article that I'm reading, the Ghanaian president, he made a point. He said Native Americans receive and continue to receive reparations. He said Japanese American families who were incarcerated in internment camps in America during World War II, they receive reparations. I want land and money. And he says Jewish people, 6 million of whom perished in the concentration camps of Hitlerite Germany, they receive reparations, including homeland grants and support. 5% Indians. Well, I ain't one to gossip, but I was told that these Native Americans running around here, light skin, straight hair, those are watered down Native Americans. That the original Native American is black, dark like me. But I ain't one to gossip. That's just what I heard now. The Jewish people that perished in concentration camps, that wasn't even in America. That didn't even happen in the United States of this here America. That happened in Germany, didn't it? Give me one. That happened in Germany, didn't it? Thank you. I'm just saying. Excuse me while I take a sip of this water because I'm thirsty. Woo! Thank God for water, Jesus. Anyway. The Pan-African Conference on Reparations was held jointly in Accra, Ghana on November the 14th. I said that already. In 2023, they went behind our backs, y'all, held a conference and talked about reparations behind our backs. I know they didn't, but they did. I just don't know what else to say. I don't know how reparations would be divided amongst the Black Americans even. She said it wasn't just Jewish people, it was Africans, Europeans, and anyone that was in Germany. So these nations, these European nations and the United States, they got some nerve. They got some nerve. Walking around here all Hasidity, like they ain't did nothing wrong to nobody. And not just Americans. You did dirty to people around the world. Jesus. I don't even know what to say anymore. But anyway, yeah, the city of Asheville. I don't know what they're going to do about reparations now. Because I think in the article they were it was going to start allotting people land and easy way to get housing and all kinds of stuff. But since that hurricane, ain't nobody getting nothing. Ain't nobody getting nothing. Because the city of Asheville, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hurricane Helena took that city out. Like there's nothing there. I ain't want to gossip, but that's what I heard. There's nothing there. To the But there's a movement growing across the nation, across the world. But you know what? Shout out to Foundation of Black Americans. I just want to shout out my foundation, my fellow brothers and sisters, the
We gotta do
foundation.
our show because you gotta enlighten me on everything stand for, and you know, I'm thinking positivity with what Tariq, what's his name?
Tariq Nasheed.
Nasheed.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Tariq Nasheed.
yeah, you know.
And also, I also like
support him in this movement, and I do understand that as a human being, everybody's dealing with something.
right.
But he better practice what he preaching now. Shit now. If this is what you doing, you gotta stand strong.
Well, the thing about it is, I don't see him as a I don't know. I don't want to say a leader in the movement, but I guess he is. People look up to him as a leader in the movement. Let me put it that way. The only thing I don't like about it is this diaspora wars that's going back and forth with Tyreek and people that he called tethers. That's the only thing I don't like. Because
wait a minute, say that again now.
He be going back and forth with people from Caribbean heritage, African heritage. They call them tethers, you know. They call them tethers. People that are descendants that have Caribbean descent, African descent, Jamaican descent. He called them tethers, and they go back and forth with each other. And I just don't. That's one thing I don't like.
You shouldn't be arguing. You shouldn't even be arguing. You make
Right.
your stance on what you believe in, so
Right.
you don't have to argue with people. Matter
That's
of fact,
the only
maybe
thing I
that's
don't
where
like.
I know him from.
Right.
Is arguing with somebody. He was on KI2 live one night too.
But I
And
love
so,
also love Jason Black. He has a show called The Black Authority Reports. I love watching his show too. He is very informative when it comes to things that's happening in the FBA community and what people are saying about the community, and so I'm proud. I'm very proud. I'm very happy, very glad that finally someone is listening. They making someone listen. And I thoroughly believe that it was because of people like Vicky Dillard, people like
I love Vicky Dillard.
What's the dude name from African diaspora?
She keeps her hands in her hair.
Yeah. she be and what's the guy named Philip from the African Diaspora channel? I like him.
Yeah. But you know what I don't like? You can't make comments unless you join his channel.
On some of them. On sometimes he'll do a live stream where you can do a comment. He got like 3 different channels. But I noticed that too. He just started doing that too.
Yeah.
And I like watching people like them because you know what? Those are the grassroots. They are the ones that told us to sit this election out. They told us this years ago, back in 2022. Sit the next election out. Do not vote Democrat. Vote anything but Democrat. And I got to put my reminder up of why Black people, Foundation of Black Americans. Huh? Yeah. I got to put it up.
Yeah, play it, girl. Because I had to play it for my uncle You know, with these older folks, girl, I don't think they're gonna leave the Democratic plantation.
They're not. They're not. They
They
ain't
just
going
old,
nowhere.
they stubborn. You can't tell them nothing. Even with the proof right there.
They ain't going nowhere, honey. Well, they gotta have somebody. They gotta have somebody. Let me play this. Cause child.
Yeah,
The
play us
reality
a
also is
reminder.
this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
So she said any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all society. How is that so? Can somebody explain this to me? Let me put this. Any policy that will benefit Black people, excuse me, that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society.
I have to be nice.
I'm
listening.
Don't be nice. Don't. Who listening? Don't be nice. She said any policy that would benefit Black. Go ahead.
You Indian Jamaican woman, you not Black. You can't even relate to the Black experience, the Black culture. I know some white people that can relate to the Black culture more than she could. People that grew up in the hood.
Yeah.
See,
me too.
They done found these damn people like they did for Barry and Big Mike. You know, where these people come from? Who they grooming to be the next person to so-called still keep us separated and divided?
She said any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all society. Can someone explain that to me? I've been trying to get somebody to break that down for me.
Give us, you know, $500,000 and then say any policies. Black. Because see, we'll have our money. We'll have our own generation of wealth. We'll have our own policies. Like them other folks do.
Right.
Like they do when they go into the banks. You know, you can sit down with a great business plan and knowing they're not getting ready to give that Black man not a dime.
Right. I would love to know what this means because it's puzzling. This is the type of person that they wanted us to vote for. Any policy that would benefit Black people would benefit all of society.
You know, and that was another thing. People was arguing about that. No, she wasn't Black. She was Jamaican and Indian. She locked up Black men. I had already did my research on the woman when she was running for president. I already knew all the history about her. But I believe the woman hates Black men. Allegedly.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Locked them up. You know, I don't know what kind of relationship her and her daddy had, but he don't talk much about her.
You don't talk about her at all.
She don't talk about him at all.
Right.
So You
I
know,
mean, you would think
I
that a
believe
dad
she
would be
ain't.
proud that his daughter was running for the vice president of the United States of this here America, right?
Girl,
You
I
would think
wouldn't
that
admit.
he would be proud. My daughter is running for the vice. My daughter is vice president, and she is running for the president of the United States of this here America. Wouldn't you be proud? Girl, ain't nobody heard nothing
Dude,
from Donald.
I would have been at every rally I could attend to the best of my health and ability.
Right on the
If
front
my,
row.
right. So that goes to tell you something right there. So I believe she hate black men. I really do. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me play it again. Let me play it again for the people in the back.
Yeah.
The reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No, because whatever benefits that black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
How? Together We Break Chains said, Kamala dad is Indian and British. There is no Jamaican blood. What? Girl, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I didn't know that. I thought he was Jamaican and Indian. She said they haven't gotten along since the
I
parents
don't
broke
know,
up.
but I don't know what the daddy is, but I know he ain't black for her to be trying to claim black.
Well, if he ain't black, then she ain't black.
Shit.
That's for sure.
Right.
But Candace,
Right. I don't care if he Indian, mixed with whatever. He ain't black.
Candace always proved that.
Oh yeah.
Candace always did her research, honey.
Mm-hmm.
She was researching all over the place and found out some things about Miss Kamala Harris and her background.
Yeah, girl.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, she's been taken care of. They didn't have to worry about eating no woosh me sandwiches.
Right.
They didn't have to worry about their lights being cut
Right.
off. They didn't have to worry about their mother or father done lost their job because they just couldn't bite their tongue and then told the boss off.
Right.
You know, she ain't dealt with none of that stuff. None of that type of stuff. Tell me she black. Yeah.
And this is who Roland Martin and D.L. Hughley and Van Jones and all these people, Joy Reid and Angela Yee, all of them crashing out over this woman. I will never forget that. I will never ever forget this. Never.
Out. No, what it is they got to look. This is why I wish I would tell a person I belong to the Democrat Party. So obviously that means you want kids to change their agenda? You don't read your Bible?
Right.
That's the number one thing right there.
Right.
And y'all going along with all of this foolishness? Anybody can wake up tomorrow and decide something crazy they want to do against the word. And them people for it. And then they find us to be the spokespeople. Oh, we love attention. Yeah, my son came to me when he was 6 years old, and he said he wanted to be a girl. Girl, I would have got knocked out, knocked the kingdom come.
So you know, Donald Trump signed those executive orders targeting transgender. He signed some executive orders against the transgender community, girl.
Girl, he got their asses out of the military too. Yeah,
Oh, wait.
I
There's a
would have
question in the
military.
chat room. There's a question in the chat room. Together said, did you hear Kamala campaign was still collecting? Yes, from people even after the campaign was over. There is a lawsuit. Girl, yes, I heard about that. My goodness.
Girl, they spent all that money trying to get them stars, and half of them didn't want to be there.
Right.
Half of them didn't even want to do it. You know, and paying them millions and millions of dollars. Well, I guess, you know, if she would have threw me $1 million, I would have been for it too. Shit, money talks, bullshit walks.
I'm trying to tell you.
Nah,
I'm trying to
we
tell
gonna
you.
keep this at
I would have
100.
been right there.
Yeah, if somebody would have deposited $1 million into my account, I knew them funds was
Hey,
good.
everybody, good morning.
I would have been just like Rolanda Martin. Mm-hmm.
10
But
million
see,
for
that was it.
Beyonce.
Check
So
this
you
out.
telling me Beyonce got $10 million? Jesus.
Yeah,
I'd have
$10
went
million.
too.
Check this out, B. Oh, I lost my train of thought that fast.
I'm so sorry.
What they should have did is they should have went to the regular people. See, she thought people, by having these stars, people ain't listening to these stars now. Shit, they know these stars just as messed up as we is. They just got more money.
Right. Mm. So yeah, Trump signs an executive order targeting transgender students, their teachers, and the schools. I am so happy for that.
Me too. Me too.
I am so happy for that because, for one, I do not believe that a man can change himself into a woman no matter how hard he tries. A man cannot have a baby. A man cannot have a period. A man cannot have real breast. I'm talking about real breast that nurture, that feeds a baby, that leaks milk. You might have some breasts, but they not gonna leak no milk. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I know. Your hormones not even built like that. Your system ain't even built to be a woman.
She said, who is Rolando Martin? Is that Roland? Is that Roland Martin?
That's Roland Martin. I'll call him Rolanda. I'll call DL.
Right, that's what they call Roland. That's what they call Roly Poly.
DL Titty. Hughley.
That's what they call I cannot stand Roland Martin, y'all. I can't stand that man.
He looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy for real.
The Michelin Man too.
Check
That
this out.
Michelin Man, the tire.
Check this out.
Uh-huh.
When they had the Democratic National Convention, girl, the guy came up to check him. He said, I'm here, Roland. Roland, security, bitch ass. Oh, punk.
That's what I said. Listen, remember on your live stream? Yeah. Remember on your live stream when you was talking about Tiffany?
We don't play. Yeah. Yeah, remember when I did
on your live stream? No. When you was talking about when you listen to me. When you was talking, listen to me. When you was talking about Tiffany Henyard yesterday on your live stream, I said in the chat room, because you were saying, what woman gonna stand up and try to fight a man? I said a black woman, because that's what we do. Instead of us letting our man handle it, we try to jump all in and get into it. You know that's how we do. That's what the lady did at Roland Martin when at that Democratic convention. What's the guy name? Jamal. His name Jamal. His name, the dude that stepped to him, his name Jamal, right? April. Anyway, he stepped to Roland at that Democratic convention, and that's when the lady stepped in between them, Remember at the Democratic conventions, this lady did the same thing. Wouldn't let the two men hash it out. So when you said that yesterday, you said, what woman jumps in between two men when they fight? I said, a black woman. Because we can't seem to let our men hash out their issues amongst one another. We always got to jump into it. We always got to try to fight a man. And that Tiffany Henyard, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
But check this out, B.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, I be all over on YouTube. I be on TikTok. I be on all of the social media sites.
Right.
Now, you know what they're trying to say about Brittany Griner, right?
Yep. That she's really a dude.
Yep.
That's what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Huh?
Talk about it. I got to step away for a minute. For a minute. Talk about it. I'll be back. I got to step away for a minute.
Allegedly. All of this is alleged. Because, see, all the stuff getting exposed. But they trying to say Brittany Griner, that female basketball superstar, is really a man. Our bodies, our sports. Girl, what picture is that? Girls should stay in the girls' place, and boys should stay in the boys' place. They got people out here in the world thinking this stuff is a fad. A kid don't even know what they talking about now. All they know is they wake up one day and, oh, I can decide to be little Billie Jean or little Billy. Whichever one I want to be. And they butcher up the kids, allegedly. Trying to cut their private parts out, giving them hormones. That's when I was I've been through with the Democratic Party. I've been through with them. But, you know.
So,
but
you know what?
They
and
back up
what
again
made me,
about
what
Brittany.
shocked me about the Democrat. Hey, I tried to find a woman in her. I tried. I really did. I can't see it.
Did you look? But they say her voice is deep. You didn't see it? What about?
It's very deep. She sounds just.
What about Big Mike?
She sounds just like a man.
Who, Brittany? Yeah.
So there's an article out. Oh, but this is last year. This came out in February of last year. You want me to read it? Wait, let me find another one about Brittany Griner. People are asking whether she is a he.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what to say, y'all. I don't.
Well, the thing of it is
right.
That's cheating, because I cannot do everything a man can do. Okay.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, I thought I was a cold-blooded woman out here because I was raised around boy cousins. And you know, growing up fighting boys and stuff. No, my cousins took it easy on me. They took it easy on me, because when I got with my son's father, that nigga got to whooping my ass. And I'm trying to fight back. I'm like, damn, I can't fight.
I remember I was talking.
No way. I mean, they cheated if they allowed this to happen. They
Yep.
cheated.
I remember I was talking junk to this guy, just talking trash to him, girl. I was with two of my friends, and I noticed my friends just started walking away real quick, girl. And I was like, where the hell are they going?
You went
And girl,
there.
the whole time, this dude had a gun on the whole down on his side, holding his gun. I had some gloves in my hand. I was smacking him in his face and everything. And the whole time he had a gun, getting ready to light my tail up. I
I
said,
think you
Lord, thank
told
you,
me before. Yeah,
Jesus. He was about to
but
light me up.
yeah, that's cheating. And so I think the reason they bringing up this stuff now, cause like we see, everything's being exposed, and so you cheated um, a real female out of a position. No,
Yes, she don't even have breasts.
that's what I'm saying. No breast. So that ought to tell you something, unless you done had a double mastectomy, like I done had. That's the only thing I can think of. She had a double mastectomy.
And that can be traced if she had that done, because she don't have no breastises.
No. Do you see any scars?
Anyway,
So they can take, if she is a man, now they saying allegedly, we gotta say alleged. Then they need to take her ass, let her go back over there to Russia.
mm.
Send her ass back to Russia. God damn it. Because she's cheated. And see, now we see why everybody so crazy about Caitlin Clark, the Caucasian basketball player, because she's a real woman.
Right. And not only that, she's bad.
Yeah, she's good, but she's a real woman. So
Look at
that's
this
why
picture.
they crazy.
Look at this picture right here. This one right here.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, let me see if it'll open. You see, she got her back turned.
Girl, we've been duped
Okay.
by so many people now. That's what I say. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all can see that picture. I don't think it showed up yet.
I see it. She definitely looked like a dude on that one with the what is that, a gray sweater? Girl, where my magnifying glass go? See that one up top there? To the left, it would be your right. Girl, that's a man. That's a man. Lord have mercy. I got my magnifying glass.
You said that's a man?
Now, what do you see?
I told you I can't see a woman in her. She looks straight up like a man. Straight like a dude.
Man,
Straight like a dude. Well,
man. But send her, if she is one, send her ass back to Russia. Because you done misled people, you done cheated, and and
she doesn't have any breast. I don't
body
know what
being
to say.
exposed.
And now her and her wife walk around here like they have a baby together. Like she gave her wife a baby. Just like the brat and her wife. They both walking around here like they can produce babies. I mean, like they can give a woman a
And
baby.
she found out she found out, the brat found out her woman was cheating on her.
With a man, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
With a man.
Yeah.
Child, the devil is real. The devil is working. The devil is nothing but a ball of confusion. He wants us to believe that good is bad and bad is good.
Yeah. Upside down. And ain't nobody saying nothing. I'm so done. I'm so done with the church. These people that was backing Kamala. Like, I can't fool with y'all no more. I ain't no Bible thumper. I'm not one that be in church all day to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And I know
that
the
ain't even
word
required.
say. Yeah. You know. Some people, I mean, they love church and that's good for them, whatever works for them. But also these people know what the 10 Commandments are. And so
this supposed to be I'm sorry, go ahead, April. I cut you off. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, April.
Your mic muted. Oh.
Why is my mic muted? It doesn't say it's muted. Can you hear me? Together, can you hear me? Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
I can hear you. I can
mic
hear
check.
you.
Oh.
Girl, look at them arms.
Look at the picture on the left. If y'all can see it, let me try to remove this. Look at the picture on the left. This is supposed to be her.
Girl, we've been duped. We've been duped. And it's
this is supposed to be
our people that go all public, just putting ourselves on display for evilness, all of this crazy mess.
Right. Perfect example, Dwayne Wade and his son.
Girl. I'm so
that's
glad I ain't got to hear about them no more. I don't know what to do. So
this lady, if this is her on the left, I don't really know if it's her. But this person on the left don't have a single breast. On the right either, for that matter.
On the right with the tattoos, she looked just like a man. And look at the arms and the muscles.
Lord, today, Jesus, I'm telling y'all better get right. Y'all better get right. Y'all better get right. Y'all better get right, because this is. You know what? You know what they prepping people for? They're gonna start building people. They're gonna start creating people. Different looking
just
people.
Like RoboCop.
Yep. And that's what they're conditioning people for.
Machine.
Yep. We might not be here to see it, but that is what they are conditioning people for. Jeez, that is crazy. That's crazy.
Now, you know, trying to turn humans into machines. Lord have mercy. Maybe it's aliens running the country.
That's some mad scientist stuff right there. Like I think Elon Musk may be a mad scientist, because he's the one that's into that stuff. And so was Jeffrey Epstein. Was into making superhumans. That's what they call them. And it might happen. It just might happen, y'all. It just might happen. I'm telling y'all, and
Well,
I'm
if it's
telling
gonna
y'all.
happen, let it happen now so I can experiment with it. So I won't be so tired all the time, and my bones and joints won't be aching every day.
So,
I'll be the
but
first one to try it.
a lot of people are comparing it as in the days of Noah, because they say in the days of Noah, the Nephilims, the giant people, they had started doing all kinds of weird things with the animals, like making different, in other words, they saying that a dinosaur is a man-made animal. They saying that the Nephilims back in the day in the biblical times created those by putting different animals together. And I ain't one to gossip, but that's what they saying. You ain't heard it from me. I'm just saying.
I ain't the one to gossip, but at this point, anything is possible. The way we done seen them had information from us.
Exactly. Well,
You
Brittany
reckon
Griner, you
aliens?
are a man. You need to come on out. But
Now,
like
did Brittany Griner? She won championships over here, right in the United States.
I'm
And
not
she
sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's the
So
question.
you was gonna say if she won any championships, they need to be taken from her. If she come out, if we find out that she's a man,
they need to take them.
This is really sad, y'all. I remember one time I was having a conversation with Moshe, and we was talking about transgender women, and they was like, "Well, I can tell him and the other dudes on the panel. I could tell. And I was like, "Oh no, you can't. Not today." He was saying, "All I gotta do is look at that Adam's apple." No, you don't have to look at that Adam's apple because they get that thing shaved down somehow. Look at Laverne Cox. Y'all know Laverne Cox. She played. He rather played in Orange Is the New Black. He is totally a woman now. You can't tell.
Did he have his PENIS chopped off too?
I believe so.
Into a VAGINA.
I believe so. And you know he's a twin. You cannot
I feel so sorry for
tell
that twin.
that this person is a woman, a man. It's hard to tell.
Lord have mercy.
So what they saying about Obama, Michelle Obama might be true. It might be true.
Yeah, I believe it. Because Barack Obama was just a one-term senator. That's all he was. And they chose him.
Are you serious? I didn't know that. Did I know that? Maybe I forgot.
That's all a one-time state senator.
Oh yeah, he was playing it.
That's it. You ask people about Michelle Obama in Chicago, they say Big Mike.
Look at this person. They got breasts and everything. These are real breasts. Granted, they probably don't leak like ours do when we carrying a child, but look.
Oh my God.
Together said your responses got her crying. Hey T-Cat, how you doing? Good to see you. Love your channel. T-Cat. Look at this. You can't tell.
Girl, and I swear, I always wanted more cleavage and stuff, because all I had was little plumps.
Well, girl, you can get it now.
Girl, I ain't ready to get nothing put in me again.
You can
Next
get them
thing you
things pumped up.
they'll be like silicone connected, silicone breast connected to cancer and all of that. No, I'm
My
fine.
God, my God, my God. Help us all, Lord. Help us. This is a man, y'all. A man.
And they do it so well.
I'm telling you, they do it better
And
than
these
us.
men glad when they talk about they can tell. Because
This
if
is
that's
his,
the case, a lot of y'all wouldn't have never took some of these men home.
this is
And
his
then
real
end
face.
up in jail the next day for
This is his real face. Wait.
the dark.
Y'all see his
Hey,
real
T-Cat,
face right here?
inbox me because I need another opening. And I can cash app you the money today.
This is him right here. Look at his real face.
What is he? A Haitian? A Haitian? Haitian?
He a man that wants to be a woman. Help us, Lord.
Oh, this lady was trying to tell me. She said, do you know that there are some children that are born that have both a V and a P?
You know what, April? I hear a lot of people say that. I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't going to believe it till I see it. I'm going to have to be right there looking between their legs. Spread your legs. Let me see if you got both. I ain't going to believe it until I see it. People say that all the time. I want to
Yes.
see. I want to see.
My neighbor the other night we was talking. Because people don't get it. When I tell them, I said, I'm the type of person, I said the public has made me like Trump. And all of the ex-presidents, the way they talked about him, and they all living in glass houses, made
Yeah, they
me
call her
like Trump.
Hermaphrodite. I was going to say Hermaphrodites, but she said they call her Hermaphrodites. But I'm sorry. Unless I see it, you're going to have to lay down on the table. Let me see your penis. Okay, I see the penis. Now spread your leg. Let me see if you got an opening for a vagina. Let me see.
But what about pictures?
Nope, because pictures can be tampered with these days. You can make anything now with AI. Anything. You can make anything with AI now. I told you they got that video going around about Donald Trump signing executive orders to stop celebrating Black History Month. And the video looks so real. I don't want to see no picture. I want to see the real thing. I want to see. Lay down on that table and let me see. And don't let me get sassy. I might put on a glove and want to touch it. Make sure it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play with me.
Exactly.
Don't play with me. I don't believe that, but I have to see it for myself. Because you know, they say she's Together We Break Chains said there are some for real, but I hear people say, but again, I'll have to see for myself. I'm not declaring that. I have to see for myself, honey, because people will tell you anything to condition you. To condition you. See, they were saying this back in the 80s before transgenderism. They were saying people got both. Now all of a sudden you got transgenderism. Okay. Let me see then. Let me see. I'm not saying you lying. Together We Break Chains, because like I said, I'm 56, going on 57 years old, and I've been hearing that for a long time, that people have both parts. And I still don't believe it. I have to see for myself. But that's just me. That's just me. Okay. Well, y'all, it's going on 2 hours.
Okay.
I would
Yes,
like for
listen,
you
yeah.
guys to check out my other page that I have called The Digital Storyteller. There's a book on there that was written by a friend of mine, Commodore Jones. Y'all might have seen her in the chat. She put the first chapter on that page of a book that she wrote. And it's called, I forgot what it's called. Lord, I forgot what the book is called. Jesus. It's an ebook. The first chapter is a free download. So it's called The Digital Storyteller. I've started working on that because, you know, you got to have something to do on the side apart from, you know, being online. You got to find something to do. And that's what I said. I'm going to start back writing, doing something with my time. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Y'all know I love doing this. And whether I have no viewers or 2 viewers, I'm going to do this because I love doing it. I really do. Love spreading the news, honey. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So, April, before I close out, let me see. Did I forget anything? Did I go over everything? Oh, there's something else I wanted to go over. I have one more story that I want to talk about. And I know you might want to chime in on this. Brazil is complaining about their migrants coming back in handcuffs. Oh, you're writing 2 together? Oh, girl, hook it up. Brazil is slamming the United States of this here America for sending their migrants home in handcuffs, y'all. For sending their criminal deportees home in handcuffs. 500-pound rapper. Oh my gosh. You mean the one that suing the Lyft company? Is that the one you're talking about? I didn't want to get into it. Girl. I didn't want to get into it. I didn't read the article. Okay, I'll get into it. Let me do this right quick, and then we'll talk about the 500-pound article that suing Lyft because Lyft refused to pick her big ass up. Anyway, Lord, forgive me, Jesus, Lord. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that's. I'm sorry. God, don't unfollow me. I'm sorry. It slipped out. Okay. I didn't read the article. Okay, so Brazil's government expressed outrage after dozens of immigrants deported from the United States of this here America arrived by plane in handcuffs, calling it a flagrant disregard for their rights. A flagrant disregard for their rights. Never mind the American rights that they came over here and trampled all over. She said, "Rotunda ass, you wrong for that. You wrong for that, girl. You." If you ain't wrong, you wrong. Anyway, the foreign ministry. Woo, child, hush your mouth. Okay, so anyway. The foreign ministry said it would demand an explanation from Washington, D.C. over the degrading treatment of passengers on the flight. The spat comes as Latin America grapples with United States President Donald Trump's return to power, bringing a hardline anti-immigration agenda, promising crackdowns on irregular migration and mass deportations, which, by the way, have y'all noticed that we talked about this the other day? Mass deportations are happening around the world. We're going to talk about that maybe tomorrow. Mass deportations are happening around the world. Coincidence? We'll find out. Anyway, when the plane landed in the northern city of Manaus, I don't know. It's in Brazil. Brazilian authorities ordered U.S. officials to immediately remove the handcuffs. Move them handcuffs off our people. We didn't have anyone to move the shackles off our feet. We didn't have anyone to remove the yoke around our necks when they brought us here. Did we, y'all? Foundation of Black Americans. We didn't have nobody to remove the shackles from our feet, nor did we have anybody to move that yoke from around our neck. Come on, somebody. She said Waka Flocka mom told her she needs to lose weight because she was too fat and it could be killing her. I mean, come on now. No, she's going to have surgery. She's a bigum. She's a bigum. She's a bigum. All right. So, Justice Minister Ricardo Lewandowski told the president Da Silva of the flagrant disregard for the fundamental rights of Brazilian citizens. Brazil will request explanations from the U.S. government about the degrading treatment of passengers on the night flight, the foreign minister said on X. Lord, they all on X. Talking bull crap. Well, that's where they go, ain't it? The government said 88 Brazilians were aboard the aircraft. Edgar da Silva, a 31-year-old computer technician, was on the flight after 7 months in detention in the United States of this here America, honey. On the plane, they didn't give us water. We were tied hands and feet. They wouldn't even let us go to the bathroom. So you see why Black Americans so pissed off with y'all, because when they brought us over here, we were naked. When they brought us over here against our will, we were naked. And you complaining that you didn't have any water, your hands and feet were tied. Did you have a yoke around your neck, sir? Huh? He said things have already changed with Trump. Immigrants are treated as criminals. Well, you were over here illegally. Well, let's look up the word illegal. Let's look up the word illegal. It means, oh wait, let me shrink my screen. Oh, Jesus, I didn't mean to shrink it that much. Come on now. Come on now. He said they were being treated like criminals, y'all. Let's look up the word illegal, because he was over here illegally. And illegal means contrary to or forbidden by law, especially criminal law. So you are forbidden to be over here in the United States of this America without the proper papers, sir. So you a criminal. He said it was hot. Oh, well, was you on top of somebody? Was you stuffed in a boat like sardines with the rest of them? Was the plane stuffy? Luis Rodriguez Santos, a 21-year-old freelancer, recounted the nightmare of people with respiratory problems during 4 hours without air conditioning due to technical issues on the plane. Ooh, is they going through what we went through, sort of, kind of? Hey, Payne. Hey, Payne. How you doing? What happened in Washington today? Lord, what happened? Tell me what happened. I don't know, honey. What happened? Yep, you better say it. You better say it. They are criminals. He said things have already changed since with Trump. Did you think Trump was playing? Everybody and their mama know when Trump say something, Trump say something. Might not sound sophisticated. He might not have all these big words. Oh, he said about a big air crash at the airport. Oh, I got to look that up. He might not have these big words. He might not use huge words, but when Donald Trump say something, his spit ain't just spit. You hear me? The flight was originally destined for the southeastern city of, I don't know how to pronounce that, Belo Horizonte. Oh, Belo Horizonte. Hey, it sounds like, what's his name? Belafonte? Anyway, Harry Belafonte. But encountered a technical issue forcing it to land somewhere else, because I can't pronounce that word, Manus, something like that. A government source told the Associated Press that the deportation flight was not directly linked to any immigration orders issued by Trump upon taking office, but rather stemmed from a 2017 bilateral agreement. See, Trump didn't have nothing to do with this deportation. Girl. Brazilian Minister of Human Rights told journalists that children with autism who went through very serious experiences were also on the flight. Footage on Brazilian television shows some passengers descending from the civilian aircraft with their hands handcuffed and their ankles shackled. Oh, so you did have shackles on your feet. Upon learning of the situation, President Lula ordered that a Brazilian Air Force aircraft be mobilized to transport the Brazilians from their final destination, to their final destination, in order to ensure that they could complete their journey with dignity and safety. The Justice Ministry said, "Must be nice, honey. Didn't nobody come to see? Didn't nobody send no planes at us, and we had a yoke around our neck and shackles on our feet, and was butterball, naked and hungry and cold? Who called for us? Nobody, baby." Anyway, on his first day in office, he signed orders declaring a national emergency at the southern U.S. border and announced the deployment of more troops to the area while vowing to deport criminal aliens, honey. Trump promised to crack down on illegal immigration during the election campaign and began his second term with a flurry of executive actions aimed at overhauling entry to the United States of this here America, honey. January starting off horrible, girl, and we ain't seen nothing yet. Look how many more months we got to go. Can you imagine how 2026 is going to be? Lord, I don't know if I'm going to be here. Help me, Lord Jesus. Girl, help us all. 500-pound rapper Sue's Lift. Girl, she's a biggin'. She's a biggin'. She's a biggin', honey. That's how we say. That's how they say big in North Carolina. They biggin'. She a biggin', honey. I ain't trying to laugh at people because I'm fat too, but she a biggin'. Girl, what kind of car did you send for? One of them economy cars? Because anyway, that ain't right. Together, you wrong. You're wrong for this. Why did you bring this? I was about to log off. You see what I'm saying? See how people, April, you still there. You see how people do you. I was about to log off. And here she come talking about this 500-pound rapper. Girl, I was about to go on and have y'all seen it? Okay, let me share my screen first. Girl. Okay. y'all wrong. First of all, let me put up my thingamajig. That's my disclaimer. That's my disclaimer right there. Y'all see it. Ooh, yeah. United States, stop sending migrants home in handcuffs. All right, let me share my screen. April, you got something to say? I'm sorry. I don't know, y'all. April might have fell asleep. Y'all know how she do. Y'all know how she do. Look, this is she. This is she. The rapper that's suing Lyft because they couldn't lift her fat ass. Anyway, she said Lyft don't protect their workers. This is so wrong. She a beautiful girl though. She got a beautiful face, but don't most fat women do? Beautiful face. So she got denied a lift, y'all. And now she's suing. Let me see what this story says. She's from Detroit, Motown City. Detroit rapper Dank DeMar sues Lyft, alleging she was denied a ride over her weight. I was embarrassed and I felt some type of way about it, the 29-year-old said of the ordeal. I haven't really left my house since that. It seems like you don't leave your anyway. You couldn't call Bubba and them. You don't have a friend that you can call that got a big old truck. Bubba. You couldn't call Kiki. What? You couldn't call Nut Nuck and them to come pick you up. Huh? Nuck Nuck. Now you said you was embarrassed, but aren't you embarrassed now with the lawsuit? You're not embarrassed with that lawsuit, huh? I bet you can flow too. I think I saw you on a video where you was sitting on the back of a truck, a car or something. It was leaning, but you was rapping and you was flowing now. Girl, no, it ain't no video where she was trying to drop it like it was no high. You gone somewhere from here. You gone. She's a beautiful girl, though. I ain't gonna lie. She's very pretty. I'm gonna look her up. I'm gonna look her up now because now I want to hear her flow. I think I seen her one time flowing. She was flowing. She can go now. She can go now. Detroit rapper Dank DeMar is suing the rideshare company Lyft, alleging she wasn't allowed to enter a car she ordered because of her weight. Could you enter the car? Was you too big? DeMar, whose legal name is Lord have mercy, Deja, girl, Dajua, anyway, Blanding. She shared a video on Instagram that captured an interaction with illegal. Oh, I'm sorry, not illegal. I keep saying illegal these days. That's all I see. With an alleged Lyft driver who denied her ride. I'm sorry, I got no space. My car is small, the driver says in the clip. Girl, if you can't fit in the car, you just can't fit in the car. I remember I had this little 1983 drop top 5-speed Camaro. It was so nice. I used to love that car. And my friend came to visit me. I was in DC at the time. She came from North Carolina to visit me. You know, she's a big girl, heavy-set girl. I said, come on, girl, let's go for a ride. She said, girl, I ain't getting in that car. And I was offended for a long time. But then I realized why she wouldn't get in my car. She couldn't fit. Anyway, she told the driver, I can fit in this car. The 29-year-old said, believe me, you can't. So I'm sorry. I'm going to cancel the ride. You're not going to be charged. The driver replies, I ain't mad at the driver. If you big, you big. And if you can't fit, you can't fit. If you can't fit, you can't fit. I know my parents in there be like, what the hell wrong with my daughter in there? So you're telling me, she said, I can't get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car? So are you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car, so I've got to order another Lyft? Pretty much, ma'am. And when you order one, order a truck that's not too high for you to step into. Okay. The driver responds, yeah, you need to order a bigger car. Duh. Like, that's all she had to do. Girl, y'all making me want to smoke up in here. He goes on to say, an issue with his tires is a reason she can't ride in the car. Girl, he was scared his tire was going to bust. He was scared his tires were gonna bust. April, you still there? Girl, April done took her a nap. The suit was filed in Wayne County Circuit Court in Michigan against Lyft and the driver, identified as John Doe, for violating Michigan's Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act, which prohibits discriminatory practices based on religion, race, color, age, sex, height, weight, and familial status. Familial status. To the Oh, it's a money grab for her, girl. You can't bust into the rap scene. Oh, that's your opinion. You can't bust into the rap scene, so you trying to get your coins. Got to get them coins somehow. According to the complaint, on January 18th, DeMoss paid for a Lyft ride from her residence in Detroit to a football watch party at her cousin's home. Cousin didn't want your big ass in his car either. When the driver arrived in a Mercedes-Benz sedan and she tried to get in, the driver locked the doors to his vehicle and tried to drive away. Lord, did y'all hear that? That's embarrassing. When he saw her come out, he locked the doors and tried to drive away. Wow. He explained that DeMoss was too big to fit in the back seat and that his tires were not capable of supporting plaintiff's weight. He drove off, and DeMoss was unable to attend her cousin's party. As a result, she suffered stress, humiliation, mental anguish, and emotional damage. Y'all, stress, humiliation, mental anguish, emotional damage. All because the Lyft man pulled off. That's what the article said. Oh, you think she lied? He didn't lock the doors. Because otherwise, how would he know that she couldn't fit? It says that she tried to get in. I thought the article said that she tried to get in the car and couldn't. It says when the driver arrived in a Mercedes-Benz sedan and she tried to get in. Oh, he didn't give her the chance. He locked the doors like she was a thug and was getting ready to rob him. Oh, that's true. So where I live at, right, the city have little, it's not really like a big city bus like in DC and New York, like they have city buses, but they have transportation vans and they have seatbelt extensions for big people. But I don't know if they would have had one that big for the 500-pound rapper. So anyway, this is really sad. Excuse me. She said she, as a result of her not being able to attend her cousin's party, she suffered stress, humiliation, mental anguish, and emotional damage. Let me stop laughing. It's not funny. It's not funny. She said, no, he looked at her size and told her she would not be able to fit. This girl is huge. In the front and the back. I know. So I know, but I mean, she could have. If it had been me, I would have compensated her and called another truck for her. I would have been nice about it. I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, but let me see if I can't get another truck for you because your big ass can't fit in my car. But anyway, the lawsuit seeks damages covering attorney fees, costs, and exemplary damages. Oh, this is so low, Lord. Now I'm about to gain all that weight back I lost during chemo because I'm laughing at this lady. Help me, Lord Jesus. About to gain all that weight back I lost during chemo because I'm laughing at this lady. That's true. She said if I was a lawyer, I'd do a demonstration of her getting in the car and putting on a seatbelt. Oh, you as a driver can't call for another ride. They don't have that option. Well, they need that option. They need that option because this by offering her another, to call another car for her, that probably would have lightened the embarrassment for her, and that probably would have been great customer service for her. But like she said, unfortunately, they don't offer that option. It's unfortunate. Jamal said that the ordeal has scarred her and that she hopes the suit will change how people treat others. I was embarrassed and I felt some type of way about it, she told NBC affiliate WDIV of Detroit. I haven't really left my house since that. Zach Runyon, the Moss's attorney, said in a statement, refusing someone transportation based on their weight is not only illegal, but dangerous. Imagine the consequences of Mrs. Blanding were unable to seek shelter after the driver left her stranded. This could have ended even worse than it did. Girl, but anyway. Lyft said in a statement that it was unequivocally condemns all forms of discrimination. We believe in a community where everyone is treated with equal respect and mutual kindness, honey. Our community guidelines in terms of service explicitly prohibit harassment or discrimination. Lyft said that it cannot comment on specific incidents, including pending litigation, and that their drivers work as independent contractors. Wow. Wow. Speaking of twerking, I saw a headline where a girl got fired for twerking on. She was like, she took care of underprivileged children or disabled children and was twerking on them, girl, and they fired her. April. Well, guys, I think April has officially fallen asleep. You saw that? I remember, yeah, she's asleep. I remember back in the day, I mean, a few years ago, maybe 3, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, we did a show about this girl that was twerking on a somewhere in Africa, twerking on what you call it, sacred ground. It was sacred. Hell up. They locked her up. Well, y'all, I'm so glad y'all came through. I'm thankful that I went live today. It's long overdue. I have some things coming up for Black History Month. We're going to talk about Matilda. She was the last woman to have been on the transatlantic slave trade. I got an article on her, and I got an article on the woman before her. I forgot her name, but this lady we're going to talk about first, her name is Matilda. She was taken from a West African tribe and brought that over here to the United States of this here America. And I wanted to talk about it because I got into a conversation with a young lady. I think she was probably in her early to mid 30s. She said she didn't believe that slavery existed in the United States of this here America. And I was like, oh, I got to do something about that. Because there's too much evidence to show that the transatlantic slave trade had taken place. Too much evidence. So you can't tell me, right? Okay. I just started it, so it's only about 1 or 2. It's just one ebook on there, I think, that you can read. I got to find the link. Let me find the link right quick. I got it written down in my notes somewhere. Here it is. It's called The Digital Storyteller. And there's a ebook in there, free download, called A Bond Through the Fire. Very good. I read it. I'm waiting for chapter 2 to come out. So y'all go over there and check it out. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to separate. Oh, I can't? Let's see. Oh, I tried to put space in between it, but that's it right there. So, again, thank you guys for joining me. Make sure y'all hit the like button. If you want to prevent this person from rejoining, you should ban them. I don't want to. Yeah, thank you guys. Again, it's your girl BeeSparrow. Buzzz Tweet Talk Radio, y'all. Holler at y'all, girl. Okay. Well. Okay.
BeeSparrow, 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 BeeSparrow. Yo, dog, it's BeeSparrow. Like, share, and subscribe. This week's gonna bring it live. Information, world news, current events, the source. Accurate as a fingerprint. A cool sister, a force for the people. Attacking real enemies, strategy that's lethal. There will be no sequels, so get the tickets. A cool place for you to sit back and kick it. We'll be fiction. Dialogue to begin to the bottom of it. We can agree to disagree, hate it or love it. Either way, she's sitting and talking like an arrow. Introducing ladies and gentlemen, BeeSparrow. BeeSparrow, 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 BeeSparrow. Yo, dog, it's BeeSparrow. Like, share, and subscribe. This week's gonna bring it live. Information, world news, current events, the source. Accurate as a fingerprint. A cool sister, a force for the people. Attacking real enemies, strategy that's lethal. There will be no sequels, so get the tickets. A cool place for you to sit back and kick it. We'll be fiction. Dialogue to begin to the bottom of it. We can agree to disagree, hate it or love it. Either way, she's sitting and talking like an arrow. Introducing ladies and gentlemen, BeeSparrow. BeeSparrow, 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 BeeSparrow. Yo, dog, it's BeeSparrow. Like, share, and subscribe. This week's gonna bring it live. Information, world news, current events, the source. Accurate as a fingerprint. A cool sister, a force for the people. Attacking real enemies, strategy that's lethal. There will be no sequels, so get the tickets. A cool place for you to sit back and kick it. We'll be fiction. Dialogue to begin to the bottom of it. We can agree to disagree, hate it or love it. Either way, she's sitting and talking like an arrow. Introducing ladies and gentlemen, BeeSparrow.
Buzzz Tweet Talk Radio do not own copyright for this copyrighted material, but under Section 107 United States Copyright Law 1976, this video, the music and content it contains is for education and or entertainment purposes only.